You can't have a top 5 list without The Incredibles.
His funniest movie, in my eyes, is Step Brothers.
Rush Hour series? Phenomenal.
What is your favorite Adam Sandler film?
Let's party, there's always a party. Let's go, Paulie.
Let's go, baby.
No, that's enough. I've had enough.
Let's go.
You know what?
No.
You were squeaking your mic, and what made me think of the squeaks was like the most iconic SpongeBob scene was when, I don't know, it has nothing to do with squeaks.
He's squeaking his boots.
His boots. Well, that. But then I also like the one with him and Squidward and the mop. I love that scene when he's like behind the curtains, and then when Squidward puts his hand out, they boo.
Like, yeah!
But then when SpongeBob puts his hands out, they're like, yeah! I don't know. I just thought it made me think of it. But welcome back. Let's party. Another great episode. The Men in Black.
Yeah, we're looking snazzy today. You know, got our fresh T-shirts on. Today is a special day.
Not a fresh shirt.
It's fresh to me, you know. Today, it's a good day. We're doing a movie-related show.
Movie-related show. I'm excited.
We got to talk about a lot going on. One, if you've been listening, we're going to start the show, not immediately, but we got to, what have we been doing starting the show with?
Drafts.
We've been doing a lot of drafts, so we're going to a movie draft today. Look forward to that a little bit later in the show. But
the movie category draft caters you more so than me.
Well, it's going to be specifically superheroes.
Specifically superhero movies.
We can move, if you want something else movie-related for a draft, like comedy, drama, sports movies. That's a great one. We could do that in the future. But today, starting out hot, superhero movies. But before that, it is about a couple months left. We got 2 months left of 2022. But 2023, the movie's right around the corner. And next year looks like a pretty stacked year for movies.
Yeah, I saw one of the top tier movie influencer guy made a video saying 2023 is going to be a historic year with the types of movies that are going to be released in 2023. So we have a list of some of them. We're going to let you guys know what's coming out. We're going to let you know what we're excited for. Some are sequels, so maybe Paul's seen one before, maybe I've seen one before, but one I'm excited for is Creed 3. Let's start there. Let's start with my boy Michael B. Jordan. Creed, the original Creed, Creed 2. It is arguably my favorite movie series. It's a Philadelphia boxer, Michael B. Jordan. It's a spin-off from the Rocky films. I like it a lot. Excited for Creed 3. They just dropped the trailer. I just watched that. I believe this is going to be the first film that Michael B. Jordan is also directing. So I'm excited for that. Creed 3 is coming out. But speaking of superhero world, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Paul, comes out. But that's 22, right? That's this year.
Ant-Man and the Wasp does not come out this year. Comes out next year.
Okay.
So, 2022, we do have some movies coming out. Avatar's coming out in December, which I'm excited for. So it's Avatar 2, The Way of Water. If you're listening to this right now, Black Panther 2 already came out. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I have not seen it.
I'm going to see it.
Yeah, I'm going to see it opening weekend. Very excited about it. But let us know in the comments what you thought of that movie. So that's coming out.
I'm already seeing some of Black Panther's soundtrack is already trending on top hits.
Well, you had Rihanna. She came out with a brand new single for that movie. But 2023, Marvel's got a bunch of films. That's including Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
We'll see that.
That's coming out, I believe, February, if that date hasn't changed. Other Marvel movies, you got Guardians of the Galaxy 3. That's going to be the last Guardians film. So if you like that franchise, that'll release in May. James Gunn, who's the director, is actually moving over to DC. He's going to be the head of DC Films for the competition, which is going to be interesting. But he still has to finish this film. I love the Guardians films, so I'm not super thrilled that this is the last one. But I don't think this will be the last time we see those characters.
Why do you think they made that determination, even though it's had success? Let's just stop at 3. Why?
I don't know. I think
because they're going to have to be incorporated in the Avengers and shit.
Yeah, I mean we've seen them in Infinity War and Endgame,
and you see them in other movies. You see them in Iron Man.
Oh, we saw them in we saw them in Thor a little bit, the newest Thor. So I think some of those characters will be around. I do believe some of those characters will die in that film, and I think this is just the final story arc of those characters from James Gunn's perspective, who's the director and the creator of those films. So When he leaves, it'll kind of be like their full story arc.
What's the Marvels?
The Marvels is going to be another. This is from Marvel Studios as well. This is Captain Marvel. So this is her sequel, basically. But the Marvels includes her. You have Miss Marvel, which was a series, came out on Disney Plus this year. And then you have another character in there, Monica Rambeau. She's very similar to Captain Marvel's like powers as well. So she's going to be clumped in there. So it's kind of, they're going to be the three leads of that movie. Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel, and Monica Rambeau's character. So, but it is the sequel to Captain Marvel, which came out in 2019. So that's another film from Marvel.
Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. What are they doing? Like another movie based off of Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's Miles Morales. So that's going to be Sony. That's Sony Animation. If you ever see the first Spider-Man Spider-Man
Into the Spider-Verse.
Into the Spider-Verse.
I couldn't think of it either. That's why I froze.
Yeah, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse was the first film, Academy Award winning film, and won Best Animated Feature Film that year. I love that film. I love Miles Morales as a character. The art style and the animation style of that movie is amazing. So very excited and looking forward to the sequel for this film. It's going to be Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse Part 1, and then they have a Part 2 coming out the following year, but I think they changed the name for Part 2 anyway. So, but I mean, excited to get back into that world. That's going to be one of the best animated features of the year for sure.
So it's got a lot to live up to based off the first one. So it's going to have a lot of pressure.
Have you seen the first one?
I put it on and I just fell asleep. So I don't. Maybe I'll have to go back and watch it.
A lot of people claim it to be their favorite Spider-Man movie.
I know. It's
a really good movie.
Is Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, that comes out in 2023, is that affiliated with Marvel?
No. So Aquaman is part of DC. DC is kind of in this weird thing, right? Like we just had Black Adam from Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Black Adam just came out.
Which I saw got a lot of bad critic reviews, but the fan votes and fan review was out of this world.
Yeah, people like Dwayne The Rock Johnson. He's got a really good movie.
Which doesn't make sense to me. I don't care about the critics. Like if I'm pleasing the people.
Well, that's fine. That you got to find that balance, right? Like, are you either trying to please critics and be an Academy Award nominated film, or are you trying to please the fans? And this was clearly like superhero movies in general are very fan based, and they're catering towards the fans, right?
Because they have a stigma where it's like they're almost like the storyline isn't creative.
Like they're not
the music.
Exactly, right? Like even these films like Black Panther, for example, the first Black Panther film was nominated for Best Picture, which was great. The score was nominated. I think the score won. The original song, which was Kendrick Lamar, I think was nominated. I don't know if it won. But like that film, even like The Dark Knight, for example, was nominated for Best Picture. But it's really hard for these comic book movies to be nominated and respected by the Academy because they just don't look at them that way. They look at them as easy movies, and they're really like fan centric, and they're just not this like very uptight basically film.
Yeah, but that doesn't make sense because I feel like good. I don't want to say that all good Academy Award winning movies have a high budget because that's not the case.
They don't.
I feel like superhero movies have the highest budgets of them all.
They do.
But then why can't they replicate and use that money to make like great shots? I don't know.
They are. I mean, they're putting a lot of money into the film. They're just not.
It's just like the stigma.
Academy. Yeah, I think it's more of a stigma. They just don't see it as like an amazing film. It's really weird. So, but Black Adam just came out, and that was a DC film. The other DC films include like Wonder Woman 84, the Justice League, the first Superman film, which was Man of Steel. You have Batman vs. Superman, and then The Flash is actually supposed to come out as well. But they're having these weird issues with the DC universe right now, and it's kind of over new leadership. Like we just talked about James Gunn, who was the writer and director of the Guardians films. He worked for Marvel for a very long time. Obviously still works for them, but kind of had a weird patch. He got fired and then rehired. But now DC is bringing him over. He directed the Suicide Squad, and then he was fired.
He
was fired and rehired, right?
Interesting.
But Disney fired him like a couple years ago, and that's why this Guardians 3 film we were supposed to get a couple years ago. But because of that whole instance that he was fired, this thing was pushed back. So
then rehired.
But Aquaman is part of the DCU. They just changed the name of it. It used to be the DC Extended Universe, DCEU.
This is the second Aquaman.
This will be the second Aquaman. I think the first one came out 2019. It was around this Christmas time. I thought that this movie was originally supposed to be slated Christmas time as well.
What's that guy's name? The main guy as Aquaman?
Jason Momoa.
Yeah, him.
So I really liked the first
Large
Aquaman
specimen.
film. I'm excited for this film as well.
What's up with
We'll see what this
DC
does.
Super Pets? Are they part of this?
The DC Super Pets are not. No, DC was no. That movie's an animated film that is not connected
What's up
to
with my
the
DC Super Pets?
the overarching
Then why are they called
DCU.
DC?
Well, it is. It's part of that brand.
Yeah, DC Super Pets.
So you have Marvel Into the Spider-Verse, right? You have this Sony picture, this animated film. It's not part of the larger,
Yeah, I got you.
MCU.
A couple other. Wait. Let's before we get into some other movies. Shazam: Fury of the Gods is supposed to come out.
That's part of the DCEU as well.
And does that have an affiliation to like the show Shazam? Isn't there a show Shazam?
No,
Where he's the superhero with the S on his thing.
no.
I don't know what I'm
This
thinking.
is different. This is the sequel to the first Shazam movie, which is
Okay.
Billy
That's
Batts,
probably-
who's your main character. He's like a kid, and he gets powers from a wizard and says Shazam, and then he becomes like an adult Superman, basically. His powers are very similar to Superman, and then they're all kind of similar with Black Adam. So if you've seen Black Adam, their power set of Shazam and Black Adam, the powers come from the same like source.
But doesn't Shazam have like a Deadpool vibe?
No.
It doesn't.
I'm
thinking I'm wrong.
It's
guy.
this idea where he's a kid in like an adult body. So it's kind of
Yeah.
like Big. If you've ever seen Big with Tom Hanks,
Yeah.
it's that similar vibe where he's very grown up, he's got big muscles, and he's dealing with superpowers, but he's a kid. So
A movie that I'm excited that's coming out, not superhero related, the Super Mario Bros. Movie. That's gonna be something interesting. I haven't seen a trailer. I doubt there's a trailer.
There
out
is a
yet.
trailer out
There
there.
is.
Yes.
Does anybody know like what the premise of the movie's gonna be?
So the Super Mario Bros. Movie, this is from Illumination Entertainment, which is under Universal.
On the come up.
So we've talked about Illumination here on the show before. They are the creators of the Despicable Me franchise, as well as Secret Life of Pets. They've done they did the new Grinch movie.
Great movie.
Obviously the Minions and all that nonsense. But they're doing the Super Mario
Nonsense.
Brothers. Yeah,
All that
It's a little
nonsense.
bit
The
nuts.
Minions
Hold
are
on there.
Kitty shit that Ryan likes.
the Minions for sure. The Minions definitely aren't Academy nominated films for sure.
Why not?
But yeah, this looks beautiful. This movie is from Illumination Entertainment and it has Chris Pratt. He's voicing Mario. It has a stacked voice cast.
You have to have a stack
Jack
cast.
Black is playing Bowser.
I'm excited for this movie.
I think you have Charlie Day in there. Michael Key is playing Toad.
Oh yeah.
Who's Peach? Who's Peach?
I'm not sure.
Drew, can you look up
And-
who's Peach
yeah,
in the
Drew
Mario?
Can look it up.
I'm excited for it.
But
I'm gonna have
definitely,
to watch the
if
trailer.
you haven't already checked out the trailer, it's beautiful. It's going to be an amazingly animated film. I think the idea, kind of what you've been getting from the trailer, is that Mario was like a real person and that he was kind of sucked into this like world and he's exploring the world, like the Mushroom Kingdom for the first time, and has to save Princess Peach from Bowser. But he's like exploring.
excited.
So you're like, he's going to be your protagonist where he's also learning. He's the hero. What's that thing called? It's like here
Protagonist.
something out of water.
Something out of water.
Oh, it's the type of storyline. It's called like Hero Out of Water or something.
Oh,
I
okay.
forget what it's called.
No,
But
I
it's
don't know.
basically putting your protagonist in a scenario that they've never been in before and in this new world where they're learning new things, but it's also teaching us, the audience. So a fish out of water.
There you go.
It's called Fish Out of Water Story. So I think that's the premise of the film. I think it's going to be an amazing animated film, and I think they're planning to make a lot more of these if it does well.
Charlie Day? Did you say that?
Yeah, I did say Charlie Day. James
Oh,
Mangold.
He's pulling it up. It's a small picture now, Drew. I was gonna say it was the slowest
Yeah,
Googler
Key
of all
Michael
time.
Key. Chris Pratt is your main
Who's that
protagonist.
chick?
So Charlie Day is playing Luigi.
Some
Alan Taylor-Joy. Did you ever watch?
She's Peach.
Oh, she's great.
Peach is like my top like fictional character crushes. Peach.
Okay.
Like I would.
You don't
do
like
her
Daisy?
in the
Cool
bar.
story, bro.
No, I'm Team Peach.
But-
What's she in?
She did. Oh, what's that? It was that Netflix series with the chess. Did you ever watch
Seth
that?
Rogen. Sebastian Maniscalco's in it. Bro, this movie's got it.
Yeah, Seth
Sorry, what were you
Rogen
saying?
is playing Donkey Kong,
Yeah, let's go.
and Sebastian Maniscalco. I can't read that, Drew. What's that say?
Our producer can't
Foreman
read.
Spike? I don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
Foreman Spike.
Character we don't know of.
No,
Bro,
no
I'm
idea.
excited.
But
Oh,
yeah, the
girl.
voice cast is really stacked. The animation is beautiful, and I think they're looking to make this into a full franchise. Looking, going
dude,
forward.
that would be so
Because
dope.
we've talked about it, with Epic Universe. Universal is having their third theme park that they're currently building down in Orlando. They currently have a Super Nintendo World out in Japan, which they have a lot of stake right now, and they've been doing some licensing deals with Nintendo. So to build out this franchise with animation and create a larger fan base from maybe kids that are growing up right now who haven't played the video games, that I think you're just growing this audience. You're putting a lot of money into it, into your theme parks. There's a lot of synergy there. I think it's a great idea, and it looks great to me. So I'm excited.
I'm excited too. A couple more. The Little Mermaid, Disney movie.
Yeah, Little Mermaid. This is Lin-Manuel's doing some of the music. He's doing some of the newer songs, but they're creating a remake of the classic Little Mermaid from Disney, just like they've been doing with they did with
Lion
Beauty and the
King.
Beast a couple years ago, and the
The
Lion
Beauty
King.
and the Beast remake. What was it called? Like the live action?
It's called Beauty and the Beast.
Phenomenal.
whatever.
Saw it in the movie theater. Loved it. I think I saw it on like the night it premiered.
Did you see Aladdin?
Aladdin, loved it.
I liked Aladdin too.
Aladdin
yeah.
was phenomenal. So I'm definitely going to see Little Mermaid. My girlfriend is obsessed with Little
Yeah, these
Mermaid.
live action remakes have been doing really well for Disney from a box office perspective. I think Beauty and the Beast and Aladdin both hit the $1 billion mark. It's Will Smith who played the genie in the new Aladdin. It was like
Yeah.
his highest grossing box office of all time.
Lin-Manuel's doing the music or some music for Little
He's
Mermaid.
doing like new songs for it. Yeah.
Last week we talked about like rank which one like you like Disney soundtracks or do you like Disney parks better? And I said I like Disney soundtracks. Little Mermaid has one of the top soundtracks out
It
there.
does. It's
So
got
I'll be
that
very
Caribbean
interested
flair.
to see how Lin-Manuel spins it. And
Well, yeah,
creates
he's
some
got
stuff.
that taste.
A couple other things. Hey, all you Transformer fans, you're getting another one. Transformers: Rise of the Beast. I have no idea who's going to be in it.
Yeah.
But I'm probably not going to be Wahlberg. I don't think so.
I'm
Didn't think
not
it's someone else.
I have no idea. I haven't watched a Transformers
But
film
we
in a long
used
time.
to like Transformers.
I did. I like the originals with
We made
Shia
a
LaBeouf.
Transformer YouTube video before. Remember that?
We did when we were making
I was Bumblebee.
YouTube back in our day. Every kid, our age, I feel like every kid was making cringy YouTube videos, but we did make like a Transformer video.
Not interested in that. Barbie
Yes.
with Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling. Come on now. That's
Very
going to be
intrigued
interesting.
in that. And then if you're a fan of the John Wick films, have you
Yeah.
ever watched John Wick?
No, I've heard they're good. We did a couple like Easter egg John Wick.
I've seen
on the show.
the first 2 John Wicks. I don't know if I've seen the third one. They're amazing. They're just so good. I
heard they're shot like so good and like the continuity's impeccable. It's just a really good series
there's
or franchise, I guess.
Yeah, the franchise has really gained a lot of popularity. One, it's super violent, but 2, it's like with
Probably why I don't like it.
yeah, that's why people like it, right? But it's also with this stunt, the stuntman like work, where people have said there should be a category for stunt people in the Academy Awards,
There should be.
and it's really surprising that there's not, and it's because all of these amazing stunt people who've been working with, and specifically John Wick, who've really raised the bar recently. It's just like, they've been doing amazing things. So I'm excited to see John Wick 4. I got to see the third one. I've seen the first 2. I really love them.
And then last one, Roosevelt. It's a Martin Scorsese film. Leo stars in it. DiCaprio.
Well, if Leo's starring in it, it's put on the
If
list,
it's
right?
Scorsese plus Leo, I'm gonna go to the movie theater and see it. Roosevelt, was he a fucking president? I don't know. We're gonna find out.
Yeah.
But it's Leo and Scorsese. Sign me up. I'll
We're
fucking
going to
watch it.
find out.
We're gonna learn today.
Well-
so Barbie, and then I'm gonna go see Roosevelt. Yeah, here we go. I'm excited. It's a big year for movies. It
think-
starts with Black Panther next week.
Yeah, but if you have seen Black Panther already, let us know your first initial thoughts in the comment section. We have not seen it, but we'll probably talk about it very soon.
Yeah,
So, we're bringing back the segment we all love.
we do.
This
It's
is
way
the-
better than trivia. It's
this-
way better than trivia.
Well, at least
I think
trivia.
you're just really glad that that stuff's
Yeah.
over.
Thank God the draft thing started climbing up on TikTok and in the podcast world because we had to do away with trivia.
No, people on TikTok, people loved our trivia. We need to bring some trivia back for sure.
We do not have to do that.
Maybe we do every other week, trivia draft.
All right,
but
but
draft.
yeah.
We're doing superhero films. I have a little more knowledge than Ryan in this category.
A little.
So I'm really
should be
curious.
interesting.
I'm really curious to see what you pick as your best superhero films for your draft.
I should get first pick.
I think you
had
should,
first
yeah.
pick last week.
Yeah, you can get first pick.
Yes, first pick. I don't know if I should get first pick because I feel like I'm gonna pick something. And Paul's gonna be like, "What is that first pick?"
He's gonna be like DC Super Pets.
Then Paul's gonna be like, "Oh, you ruined the game."
It wouldn't surprise me at this point.
Here we go. Superhero movies. My first overall pick is I'm gonna stab Paul right in the heart. Let's go right to Avengers. Avengers Endgame, my number one pick. By far, number one Marvel movie. Great movie. Historic pop culture event. Not just a great movie, great pop culture event. It's number one on my list.
Okay, that's good.
It is good.
I respect the choice.
Thank you.
But a movie I think from an actual plot line perspective
Here we go.
is better.
I know where you're going with.
Is Avengers Infinity War.
Oh, I didn't think you were going with this.
I loved Avengers Infinity War. I do think it's the best out of the 4 Avengers films. And then I think Endgame's right there. I love the time travel aspect of Endgame because I'm a huge time travel fan. But I'm going to go with Infinity War just to level Ryan a little bit.
Okay. So far, I'm winning. No comment by Paul. My number 2. This is where it starts to get like, where do I go? Like, what direction? I think I'm going to stick with a superhero movie that has a ginormous pop cultural impact on our society.
You better not. I think I know what you're going to do.
I'm going Black Panther, number 2.
Okay. That's
I think
good.
it deserves to be number 2. Chadwick Boseman was amazing in it. R.I.P. to a legend. My boy Michael B. Jordan's in it. It has changed the superhero culture, and Black Panther is a phenomenal soundtrack, phenomenal film. I loved it. I can't wait to see the new one next week. Number 2, Black Panther.
Good pick.
Good
If we're
pick, 'cause-
going with huge impact on pop culture and society, especially
Why
with,
do you Dick Ryan?
with music as well, this is what we're going to do.
Dick Ryan.
It's team against team, the draft, right? Whatever
Team against team.
whatever we think here.
Not sure what that means.
So I'm going to
He
go
got
with
fired and rehired.
the best. He was. What do you want me to say? He's like, that doesn't make any sense. I'm like, he was fired.
sense. It's just funny.
He was fired and then he was rehired. So I'm going to put an animated film here on the list because I really do think it is an amazing film. If you have not already checked it out, people do claim it to be their favorite Spider-Man movie, which is saying a lot. Music's amazing. Animation style, so different. Won the animated feature for that year for the Academy Awards. I'm going with Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Good pick, even though I fell asleep during it. So
It's amazing.
I know it's good. It's a good pick. Number 2. But I'm gonna go number 3 with the curveball. Curveball.
What do you got?
Put the number 2 down. We're going 12-6 curveball. Number 3. Give me The Dark Knight. My number 3 pick. Paul, what's up? What's your problem over there?
That was my next pick.
Impeccable movie. Not much to be said there. I know people argue, is it the best Batman movie ever, or is it just the original? Or is the original better? I'm going The Dark Knight, best Batman movie. So it's my number 3 for superhero movies, The Dark Knight.
Damn.
Yeah.
All
You
right.
like that?
Yeah, so I was going to go Dark Knight, but I got to pick a darker film here on the list. And for me, I'm going to pick one of the best conclusions to a comic book character there's ever been on screen. I'm going with Logan.
Never seen it, but when I was doing research, it was popping up. I don't even know
I'm
what
going to go with Logan.
is.
If you like Wolverine, it is an amazing end to the character. It's a dark, gritty film. I think it rounds out, my draft so far very good, very nicely. So I'm going with Logan. That's the problem, though. I put these on the list when I know Ryan's not going to pick them, but I'm trying to figure out what is
I
a
saw
good...
Logan. I just didn't catch my attention.
Okay.
But I saw it was highly ranked in the superhero world.
It is.
All right. We all know, if you know me, you know I got to get one of my man's movies in this list. But do I wait for it at 5? And I also am having a hard time deciphering which of my man's movies I want to go with. Let me go with Spider-Man 2 is my number 4 superhero movie. Spider-Verse is probably, I wouldn't say it's much better than Spider-Man 2, but Spider-Man 2 is a great film. I was considering Spider-Man No Way Home, which I thought was great. I was also considering Spider-Man the original first one, but I think Spider-Man 2 takes the cake.
It's really good.
So Spider-Man 2 is my number 4. Thank you.
That's, yeah.
Come on, you know I know my Spider-Mans. I watched the whole marathon a couple months ago.
Spider-Man 2 is the best live-action Spider-Man film. By far. With Doc
Even with the
Ock.
new one? Spider-Man
No Way Home is great.
It's great. It's got a what's it called when
Nostalgic
you get
feel.
No, it's that, but also what's it called when you put like playing
What?
fucking charades again. What's it called when you get like chicken? It's got to marinate. All right,
What?
Spider-Man No Way Home has to marinate. It's too new. You got to get the appreciation. It's got to marinate into the superhero world. The chicken, marinate. Fired, then rehired.
Okay.
Fired, rehired. Chicken, marinate.
I'm going to go with the movie that started it all for the MCU. Robert Downey Jr.'s the GOAT, one of the best superheroes of all time. I'm going the original Iron Man.
Good pick. It's a good pick. It's on my list. I know you're not going to love my number 5, but I have to pull the trigger. I have to. I know I should go with this one that I'm not going to go, and you're probably go with at 5. If you don't, I'll let you know.
You got a good list.
But I think my number 5 is going to fuck my list. It's going to fuck my list, but I'm doing it anyway. If you're my generation and you think superhero movies, you can't have a top 5 list without The Incredibles.
I knew that was
at
coming.
number 5. You got to have The Incredibles. Dash, the whole crew. I love Incredibles 2 as well, but The Incredibles original one, fantastic franchise. Can't have a superhero list without it.
So I had it on the list as a possibility. I knew that I did not want 2 animated films on my list. So I went with Spider-Verse because I think it's the better film. Incredibles, though, is basically the Fantastic Four animated.
Don't try to knock my
It is a good film. Don't get me wrong. Is it one of the best? There's a lot of competition there. I don't know if it's one of the best.
I like it. I know my generation, our generation, loves it. It's got a cult following.
So Ryan's list is done. I can go a lot of different directions here. I can go one of the best. I can go one of the funniest comic book movies of all time, which is the original Deadpool. Great choice.
Deadpool's so
I could go
overrated.
darker with Joker, Joaquin Phoenix. I could go great group of characters, X-Men First Class, something I had on the list possibility. Go space genre.
As he crosses it off.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Is the mic picking that up?
Music, soundtrack, literally one of the best superhero movies of all time.
I got the soundtrack right here on my thing.
Band of misfit characters. I love Guardians. Or I could go with a classic Captain America film. I'd probably pick Civil War because of the battle between all the characters. And the rivalry between Tony and Steve is just insane. That's iconic.
I love
I'm between Guardians and Captain America Captain America Civil War.
You haven't said one that I thought you were going to take.
I'm not sure. Maybe I'm missing something. I don't know.
I think you are.
But
I think you might kick yourself when I tell you.
all right, well, just wait. Just wait then. I'm going to go.
Well, you already crossed them all off. There's got to be one left.
I know. I just don't know.
I could go this. I could go dash. No.
I'm going to go Guardians of the Galaxy just because I want to add some space in there. Soundtrack's amazing. Band of misfit characters. Really shouldn't have worked, and I think did so well. So I'm going to go Guardians of the Galaxy.
Remember when I had to guess all the Guardians of the Galaxy cast?
Yeah. You know what? Not going to lie. By you having first pick, which I think you did.
I screwed up
nice. You definitely screwed up a lot because Endgame I would have definitely had, and Dark Knight. I think when you took Dark Knight, I was like,
he was
hard.
flustered. He did not expect the Dark Knight coming out of me.
Incredibles was good. Like your list has a good foundation.
So what I was debating on for 5 between the Incredibles, which I thought when I didn't take this at 5, I thought you were gonna take this at 5. Thor, Ragnarok.
I liked Ragnarok. I didn't. It's not on my. I don't love it like that.
It's a good movie though.
It is for sure.
I had the original Batman, which I don't know if this was a joke when I was looking shit up, but was Danny DeVito the Penguin in Batman?
He was, yes.
That's bizarre to me. I didn't know that. Danny DeVito was the Penguin. It was a very scary looking penguin. You could have went the OG, well, the Batman 1989 original. A couple of the other original superhero. I'm happy with my list.
You have a good list.
Thank you.
I'm not too proud of my list.
Do I get a superhero card now?
You'll get another trophy.
I am the superhero guy.
You're definitely not the superhero guy. You have a good list. You had first pick. Sometimes it's the luck of the draw.
Okay.
You
He's
know?
getting excuses.
But going down my list, I got Guardians of the Galaxy, Iron Man, who started it all at the MCU, Logan, one of the best send-offs to a character of all time, Into the Spider-Verse, one of the best animated films of all time, definitely one of the best Spider-Man too, and then Infinity War, which I believe is the best Avengers film out of the 4. Even though it's not the culmination, I think the story, plot, characters interacting, it's the best Avengers film.
All right, my top 5. Number 5, The Incredibles. Special place in my heart. My generation loves it. We adore it. The Incredibles, great family. Incredibles 2, great as well. Number 4, Spider-Man 2. As Paul said, the best Spider-Man movie of all time.
Live action.
No, we don't get to cut that out. we'll bleep that out. Number 3, The Dark Knight. Phenomenal movie, phenomenally shot, great acting. Number 2, Black Panther. A pop culture iconic movie. Can't wait for the second one coming out in a couple weeks. Or it's out now. And then number 1, Avengers Endgame. Paul, the greatest movie he's ever seen. If he could relive any moment in a movie theater, he would go back to relive that last scene of Avengers Endgame.
I mean, Endgame had an amazing fan experience in the theater. I'm not gonna lie to that, but so did Infinity War. If you were watching Infinity War in the theater, when the snap happens and you see everyone like dust away, the shock and awe in the theater, everyone felt as though their heart was being ripped out of their chest. I knew that the characters would clearly return, but
Yeah, I don't know why.
but in a split second, everyone.
Yeah, but you don't actually feel that.
Yeah, they did.
You know there's going to be other movies.
No, I mean, yeah,
That's
but
like
you
when
don't know.
That's when
You
you're
don't
like,
know. You don't know. And when you're driving home, that's all you just keep thinking about it. You're driving home, it's like
Yeah, but
this
that's like when you
feeling,
watch
this
like a-
gut feeling, bro.
When you watch like a Creed or a Rocky movie, it's like, oh my God, is Rocky going to die in the ring?
Might be.
No. You know why he's not going to die? Because there's going to be 5 other
Yeah, but
movies.
he would lose. It's like he lost.
He could lose.
Avengers, they
All right,
lost.
that's the draft. Superhero draft. Let us know in the comments which list you like the best. Did I surprise you with my list? Probably.
Probably.
These
'cause
will
it's the
eventually.
First time you had a good one.
Okay, what's his?
Yeah,
problem?
probably one of the best drafts you've had, for sure.
Well, you had to throw him a bone
Maybe
this
I'm just
episode.
getting better with time. Okay.
see
These will
about
probably definitely be on TikTok, so stay tuned on those. And then if you like drafts, give us suggestions on what drafts you would like for us to do. They can be movie based, like we said earlier. We want to do like comedy movies, sports movies. If you want to do a drinking draft, so we do like the drafts.
Yeah, you could do an alcohol draft.
We did beers.
We did beer. You could just do liquor.
Yeah, we do
do some,
liquor
like,
shots or something.
party
So
themes.
we enjoy doing
Yeah.
it, so hopefully you guys love watching as much as we love enjoying it. Love doing it. All right, last thing before we get out of here is we're going to go down a list of actors and actresses, Paul. And we did some research, looked at all these guys' movies, and we're going to each tell the fans at home which movie we like best by them. So we're not necessarily picking their best movie in our eyes. Like, we're not being like critics. We're picking movies that we enjoy by them. What's our number 1?
Oh, okay.
What, did you went a different route?
Well, no, I had some options.
Well,
Where,
they correlate. So.
Okay, yeah, I could do my favorite movie by them. What I think is the best.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the first guy is Will Ferrell, Paul. What do you think his best movie? It correlates. Like, what's his best movie in your eyes?
His funniest movie in my eyes is Step Brothers. I think Step Brothers is just an amazing movie. Unfortunately, it's not his. Like, it's his and John C. Reilly's.
Yeah,
that is a combined effort by the two of them. The movie's not work without the other one.
Why do you think that? What's the other guy's name?
John C. Reilly.
Yeah. Why do you think his career hasn't really taken off like Will Ferrell's?
I mean,
Because
it's done well
my favorite Will Ferrell movie is Talladega Nights
with him as well.
with him. But like, I don't think of any movies where he's the star. You know,
Yeah.
that's weird
He's
because
done-
they're both the same. They're like
Yeah.
co-stars in
He's-
these 2 great movies.
He's done some like dramatic stuff. I know he's Ralph in Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah, that's true.
So he does have a big voice for Disney.
That's true. Respect for
Yeah,
that.
I don't know.
Yeah, I like Talladega Nights. Step Brothers iconic too. Shake and Bake.
Shake and Bake, baby.
But yeah, those two movies, 1A, 1B.
Mark Wahlberg is our next actor on the list.
All right, this is going to be a shock. Like most people are what you're going to say. I'll leave it for you, probably what you're going to say. But a good movie that you can recommend to your friends, recommend to your family, watch it with your family. It was on Netflix. You might have to watch it somewhere else. Mark Wahlberg, An Instant Family. I don't know if you've heard of this.
I've never
movie,
heard
Paul.
of it, no.
It's a very family fun movie. Mark Wahlberg and his wife, I forget who it is, but they go to adopt a kid, and they go through the struggles of adopting the kid. But it's a fun, funny, comedic movie. So it's a good family night. Make some popcorn, watch it with the family. Instant Family, great movie. I know what you're going to go with.
I like him as a comedian, but I think his best movie is Invincible.
Oh, I didn't think you were going to go with that.
And I just remember growing up and watching the movie and like not knowing who he was, and then like finding out later like who he was. And I just think that movie for him is just like fits him like a glove. It's just really good. But if I had to pick like a comedy, I think The Other Guys is just so good.
The Other Guys?
Oh my God, it's so good. It's like
The
one
Other
of my
Guys is
favorites.
good.
Yeah.
Ted?
Yeah, Ted's
I
a
have
classic.
Ted there. Ted's good.
Ted's a classic.
I don't really remember Ted 2, though. Is that the Boston Red Sox one where like the bear climbs
No, that's
the
the
wall?
first one.
Or that's the first one?
Yeah.
I don't remember 2.
Dude,
but Ted's great.
Ted is so good.
The unfiltered teddy bear is just a great idea. It's so good. All right, next one. Jim Carrey. I thought he had a little bit like when I was looking up Jim Carrey movies, I expected a little bit more of blockbusters. I mean, he has like Ace Ventura, but I'm gonna go with The Mask.
Good choice.
I love that character in The Mask.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm gonna go Jim Carrey, The Mask, my favorite Jim Carrey movie.
So Jim Carrey, same idea. He has some dramatic stuff. What's that movie called? Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. That's what it's called.
That's a long
So that movie's like, super sad. The way the movie's told is like super interesting. It's kind of like you're seeing like the past and then the present and then the future, but like they're not told in order, and you have to kind of you have to like bring the puzzle pieces together.
You have to think.
So it's really good for him from like an acting perspective. Then we talked prior to the show about The Truman Show, which you've never seen.
Yeah, I'm gonna see it after our discussion.
The Truman Show was brought on to me in high school, and it was like because I talked about this idea. I was like, what if like you were monitored, right? Like everyone always talks about with like cameras and security cameras and how like we're just monitored by our phones and our laptops. It's like, what if that kind of happened? And if you haven't seen The Truman Show, the main concept is that Jim Carrey as a baby was like adopted by a movie studio or like a film studio where his entire life has been like fake. So he lives in this bubble where all his best friends, his wife, everything is fake. They're actors hired. And until like the age of 30, he starts realizing that this world is fake. But he's like the most famous show of all time. And people love watching him in the morning, and they love watching him brush his teeth and read the newspaper and go to school and watch him grow up. And it's like, it's been on for consecutive like 10,000 or like 30,000 days or whatever it is, right? So from like that perspective, but I see him as a comedian, and I think his best film is Ace Ventura: Pet Detective.
Oh, it is.
When I saw Ace Ventura for the first time, which was probably about like 8
Such
years,
a good movie.
like 8 years ago, it was like right at the end of my high school. It's just phenomenal.
Well, he is a comedian.
Oh, of course,
Like,
like, that's where he's from. Yeah, but I think he can do a lot of these.
The
great
Grinch is one of the best roles of all time.
The thing is, I think his best movie is Ace Ventura, but as a like character creating, I mean, Ace is a great character, but the Grinch. Like what he was able to do with the Grinch is unmatched. It's so good.
Because like no one like wrote like they have the idea of the Grinch, but like the way he added a flair to the like he basically created.
He's the
Grinch, which is crazy. I love the Grinch. Ace Ventura is great. But The Mask I like too. Okay, next one. Jennifer Lawrence, our first actress.
Yeah, my favorite movie of her is Silver Linings Playbook.
Great movie.
I think her and Bradley Cooper are just amazing together. I think they work together in a few films as well. But I think they're really good together here. And I just like her character. I think she's a good actress in this film.
Jennifer Lawrence, I'm going The Hunger Games.
See, I don't think she's a good actress in those films.
But I love The Hunger Games. The Hunger Games is so good. What do you mean she's not a good actress?
I just don't think she's like I don't know. I hate that character. Katniss Everdeen is just not a good character.
She's not very likable. That's just her
No,
character.
agreed.
You
That's
can't
the
get
problem.
mad at someone's character that they're
Yeah,
playing.
let's
That's
make-
why I always talk about. I'd be scared to play a role where people hate the character, because then when they see me in the streets, they're like,
How do you make
Katniss
the,
Everdeen.
yeah, but how do you make the protagonist like just a terrible character?
She had a shitty life. I like the
I mean,
Hunger.
so
Don't
does
shit
Harry-
on the Hunger Games.
So does Harry Potter, but I love Harry Potter.
For the Hunger Games and all the success that they've had based off a very successful book, she deserves a lot of credit for that.
Okay.
Because you could ruin the book series that had a lot of.
A lot of people don't love
Success.
the movies compared to the book. I love the books.
You read the books?
Yeah, what do you?
Oh yeah, I remember you used to.
I used to read them.
I
on
didn't
audio-
read them.
I used to read them on audiobook.
But you hate Katniss
I just
Everdeen?
didn't like. I didn't like her.
I think the series went on too long, but I do like Hunger Games. Silver Lining Playbook, she's great in.
they're
too.
coming out with a new one. It's
Are
like
they?
It's a prequel. Yeah.
Damn. Isn't she bipolar in Silver Lining Playbook?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think he. Are they both?
They might be both.
I'm
I think
not
they
sure.
both are.
Okay, Leonardo DiCaprio.
This is a quick answer. Wolf
His
of Wall Street.
best role is Wolf of Wall Street.
It's such a good
It's so good.
it's so
It's
good.
stupid good.
And then when you see like the actual scenes and like you could see like Jordan Belfort, like the real Jordan Belfort's on like podcasts and stuff.
Yeah.
And you could see how good of an actor Leo is.
yeah, because the thing is, I think when you see that role, it doesn't look like that hard of a role.
Yeah, it's like, oh, Leo's just like being himself.
he's just being like a
stockbroker. Like,
I'm like, no, dude, he is so good in that role. Yeah, great.
but I did go home and watched Inception.
Did you?
I did.
Your thoughts?
Loved it.
It's amazing.
It's an amazing movie. I almost have it over Wolf of Wall Street. It is a really good movie. I just love the creativity of it. It mind fucks you.
yeah.
It really does mind fuck you. I'm just thinking about it
When
now.
did
but
you
it's-
watch-
He's going into a trance.
You watched
I really am, dude.
you
Like I'm
watched
thinking
it
of like
recently?
the elevator scene and
Yeah.
shit. It's like I'm going like how the movie ended. I hated how the movie ended.
Yeah.
I don't. Well, I guess it's an old movie.
It's a very but no, it leaves you thinking and it leaves you guessing. And I truly think, I mean, it's hard because Christopher Nolan, who's the
Yeah.
director of the film, like he just makes amazing films.
But I thought Inception was so good, but not too complex.
no,
Like when we saw
Tenet.
that was fucking. I had no idea what the fuck was going on there.
Yeah.
But Inception made you think.
Have you seen Interstellar?
No.
Watch.
Oh, we gotta take it easy. I got
That's
a
what-
I got a
dude,
5-year
next-
difference.
no.
When I gotta think during
next,
the movie.
Next one. Next Christopher
Interstellar.
Nolan. Watch Interstellar.
It's good?
Oh hell
It's
yeah.
so good.
Who's the actors in it?
It's Matthew McConaughey.
Oh.
He's the lead. Go
All right,
watch
that's
it.
my next homework assignment.
Yeah.
Interstellar.
Oh dude, it's such. Like,
I loved
I'm not a
Inception,
big
though.
movie person. Oh, such a good.
Interstellar is amazing. So Ryan, that's your next.
Is Interstellar better than Inception?
They're both very good. They're both,
I did enjoy Inception a lot.
yeah. Interstellar at the end will. If you're talking about a mind fuck, it's gonna.
It's so good.
You're like, I'm sorry, what just happened? Yeah.
I guess I'll have to report back here.
All right. Will Ferrell. Or no, we already did. Sorry.
Will
Will
Smith.
Smith. Other Will.
This movie is slept on. I Am Legend.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
It's a phenomenal movie. Dog dies, sad. But I love I Am Legend.
So Will Ferrell. Damn it, keep saying it. Will Smith. You want to talk about pulls at the heartstrings? Pursuit of Happiness.
I don't think I've seen that movie.
Watch it.
Maybe
it literally has a son in it. Jaden's.
I
in
know
the
they
film.
have that famous scene
They do.
Is
where
that,
it's like a GIF.
what's that one again? I'm trying to remember.
The Pursuit of Happiness.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
him,
I've seen that
It's
movie.
him
I've
who
seen it.
he's like broke and he's trying to.
And he's in the bathroom breaking down with his
Yeah.
kid.
He's trying to like
yeah.
pay for his kid and like create a good life for him,
Mhm.
and he's becoming a salesman.
Right.
And he's in like
Yes.
San Francisco, I think, and he's just having a really, really hard
Yes,
time.
But he
I
like puts on a
remember that.
front for his kid as if he
yeah,
has,
he's
a
like
good life.
showering, dude. He's like showering in the public restroom, and he's
Oh,
going,
great movie.
And he like
Yeah.
he only owns one suit, like that's all his clothes, and it's just really great movie.
Another Will Smith movie. I don't know if you've seen it. Focus.
Yeah, I've seen Focus.
I like that.
Margot Robbie.
Robbie's in it,
Yeah.
Good movie. Not better than Pursuit of Happiness or I Am Legend.
You
but
know what I
Focus is
like?
good.
Well, great, dude. I mean, he's got good stuff. I like Hancock. I want to return to Hancock.
Hancock's good.
I would love to do a sequel to Hancock, just like 10 years in the future. Like what's Hancock up to? Because he's probably not up to good stuff. What was that?
Hancock's good.
What was that other? I don't know. He's got a bunch of good stuff. At your guy, Adam Sandler.
legend.
What is your favorite Adam Sandler film?
I'm gonna be honest. This one took the most out of me to like figure it out.
Bangers.
I wrote down like 5, and I told Drew this is going to be a game time decision. But I think I have to go back to like one of his older movies. I have to.
Yeah, he's way better.
Big Daddy
Okay, good.
is my Adam Sandler movie.
Good choice.
I always talk about Uncut Gems, which is newer. Click is a classic. Blended and Just Go With It are great rom-com movies, just like Instant Family with Mark Wahlberg, but I had to go Big Daddy.
I still haven't seen the new one with the Sixers.
Hustle?
Yeah, nothing crazy.
Nothing great. It's a good movie.
My favorite film by Adam Sandler is Happy Gilmore.
I knew you were going to go golf.
Happy Gilmore is iconic.
You used to love Billy Madison, though, I feel like.
Yeah, he's great too.
He hates on Adam Sandler, but he loves his movies.
They're my two favorites. Billy Madison, just because there's really good lines in the movie.
Yeah.
Where he's like,
Today, Junior.
yeah, today, Junior. And then, so hot, want to touch the high.
Yeah, he's got great quotes. I love seeing movies and then you go, oh, that's where like that meme's from, or that's where everybody says like that line from. I just watched the other weekend. I've been on like a little bit of a movie tear recently. I just watched the whole Rush Hour series.
Yeah,
Phenomenal.
I haven't seen it.
I'm a huge Rush Hour guy now. Chris Tucker with Jackie Chan. I love Rush Hour. It's like up there with like Night at the Museum.
No, it is
series.
up there with Night at the Museum.
Dude,
Never heard that in my entire life.
I had to like go chill with my cousin because my aunt and uncle were in Key West. We sat there. We watched the whole Rush Hour series like 3 nights.
You talk about phenomenal films? It's up there with Night at the Museum.
Dude, I'm telling you, if you want to stay in for a weekend, do the Night at the Museum series and Rush Hour.
I love how you didn't.
Said nobody ever.
I love how you didn't put Ben Stiller on this list.
I know. Well, it would have been Night at the Museum. Not Meet the Fockers, Night at the Museum. But
Yeah.
Rush Hour, great series.
Okay,
Slept on.
let's do like Kevin Hart.
Okay.
If you- another your guy.
Wait, did you answer? Oh yeah, you
I
had
said Happy Gilmore. Shooter. Shooter.
I love that like that guy is just like Shooter McGavin for life.
You have iconic roles, and he is Shooter McGavin.
And he still does like videos.
That movie came out like 25, 30 years ago, and he's still Shooter.
He probably can't walk down the street without someone doing
Shooter.
Have you ever seen Happy Gilmore, Producer Drew?
Oh, see it.
See it. Wait, we're going Kevin Hart. I like Kevin Hart. I know he doesn't have like Academy Award winning.
Clearly,
films. No. But I think Kevin Hart's best movie is with Ice Cube, and Ride Along is my favorite
That's a
Kevin
good
Hart
movie.
movie. Ride Along and Ride Along 2 are just as good. Ice Cube and Kevin Hart are the duo that were meant to be. Yeah, so if you haven't seen Ride Along, that's Kevin Hart's best movie in my opinion.
So I'm going to go other route. Another duo he's usually with, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. I truly think he is one of the best performances, and I think he's one of the funniest characters in the Jumanji series.
Yeah,
So
Jumanji was I was debating between the two.
So I think Jumanji as a whole is this movie that shouldn't be as good as it is.
there shouldn't even have been a second one.
And they're
It's just
making,
a fucking-
they're making
there's
the
a
third one.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, I'm here for the ride, because the first Jumanji I loved.
And you like know the premise.
It's like, this is video
This is
game.
what-
Go get the MacGuffin and leave the game. And it's like, all right, cool. Second movie. They got sucked back in the game. They got to get the MacGuffin and get out of the game.
But it's still good. I will say the Jumanji, well, I guess it's the second new one, but the third
Yeah.
one out of all of them, I didn't love it that much.
Yeah.
But the first Jumanji is good.
so good.
And then shout out Man from Toronto. It's new on Netflix. He's with, I just said his name before this. Oh, Woody Harrison. It's him and Woody Harrison. I love it. Man from Toronto, Kevin Hart on Netflix. We'll do 2 more.
Sandra Bullock.
Sandra Bullock. What's your Sandra Bullock movie?
So I don't know that many.
Yeah, I don't know that many either, but I know one that stands out to me.
So I want to go with The Blind Side.
That's what I have.
But I know, aren't you a Miss Congeniality fan?
No, I like The Proposal. My
Okay.
mom will love that. She's going to listen to this and be like, it's always on TV, The Proposal. It's her and Ryan Reynolds.
Okay.
And it's a rom-com. And they like pretend to get married and then end up falling in love. It's a rom-com, great rom-com movie. It's always on cable TV. So if you're
rom-com.
flipping through the channels, my mom's going to be like, oh, yeah, you said Proposal. It's one of my favorite movies. Shout out. So Proposal, it's Good Sam, but I'm gonna go Blindside for Sandra Bullock.
And let's do Ryan. We'll do Ryan Reynolds too.
Why don't we just finish? We have like 3 left. You can go
Okay,
fast.
Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds. You could go The Proposal. I actually
No.
did want The Proposal.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds' best film got him back in the spotlight is Deadpool. It's Deadpool.
What do you mean it got him back in the spotlight?
He was not doing well.
Was he a kid star?
I think so.
I think he was too.
I'm not sure if he was like kid. I'm thinking of we're thinking of like Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, I'm thinking like Disney.
But no, he did a bunch of movies. He was like a rom-com guy, and then he wasn't doing well. Like everyone talks about him and Blake Lively. Both of their film careers have not been great. Like they're gorgeous people. Great.
Well, isn't Blake Lively in like Scary Movie?
Well, no, she was a Gossip Girl,
Yeah, she's not in much.
but she doesn't have a great film career, and like
Good
he
looking.
really
They're
didn't.
both good looking.
Yeah, like he really didn't either. And then, Deadpool got him back into the spotlight. and
Deadpool,
skyrocketed to the
Skyrocketed.
top, dude. He was on top of the moon.
Yeah. Then we have Tom Hanks. We skipped over.
Yeah.
Castaway is my favorite Tom Hanks movie.
I think Tom Hanks, best performance of Tom Hanks
It's
is
him in a volleyball. How better performance can you get?
I mean, it's good. Forrest Gump.
I think that's one of the most overrated movies of all
I
time.
love Forrest Gump.
So Castaway and
Jenny.
Forrest Gump. I think we have one more we're missing, right?
Jenny.
We did we didn't do Bradley Cooper.
Jenny.
Last one.
Bradley Cooper.
Last one.
I picked Silver Linings Playbook or The Hangover.
Hangover.
If you think of comedy, that's where I was introduced to Bradley Cooper. First time I'd ever seen him was The Hangover. I was like, who is that guy?
Who's that?
Because he was so funny.
He was good in The Hangover. Star is Born, phenomenal movie. Have you
That's-
seen that yet?
Yeah, of course. What do you mean have yet? I saw it when it came out.
I have it on vinyl. And then a shout out for honorable mention Bradley Cooper, Limitless.
I like
when he
Limitless,
takes the
too.
pill and then
The concept of that movie is amazing because I want to take pills that make me
Super focused.
Oh my god, yeah. It's like I'll access 100% of your brain. If you haven't seen Limitless, super interesting concept. So
I think we got through all of them.
that's it. That's the actors. We picked some best movies. We had a superhero film draft. Let us know who won. We went through some movies that are coming out. We got a few big blockbusters coming out at the end of 2022. Hopefully you already saw Black Panther 2. Avatar, The Way of Water. I didn't think I'd be excited to go back to see Avatar.
Oh, you're going back to...
Back to see Avatar in theaters. Last time we saw it was 2009.
Oh, it's not out yet?
No, comes out in December. So I'm excited for that. I actually did see the re-release. I went to AMC and watched Avatar.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Well, I told you. I was like, they're replaying it. I was like, is the Avatar out or are they replaying it?
They're replaying it. And I said, you know what? I might as well catch up on the story. I loved going back to theaters to watch it. And then we got a bunch of movies coming out for 2023. So that's a movie show.
One more. Rush Hour, Night at the Museum series. Phenomenal. Atop the
They're
list.
coming out. Disney
Top
Plus.
the list.
Disney Plus is coming out with an animated series for Night at the Museum.
No way.
Yeah.
Is there a trailer?
No, I think I saw the first piece of art.
Is Ben going to be in it?
I don't know if Stiller's going to be in it.
I'm excited, but
That's our movie
good
show. Thanks for listening. Go follow us on all the stuff. 5 stars. We love you guys as always.
Music. Thanks out.
Peace.
Later.